All right. As anybody, my handful of people know, I haven't been uploading because there's really just not a lot to say anymore. I just rolled out of bed. I don't forgive my appearance. That's how I've often done a lot of my videos. Roll out of bed. Don't look in the mirror. Nobody can ever accuse me of she's attention seeking for her appearance or what. No. Look, this is about Couch Lady, the dear woman that I referred to as Couch Lady, because when I first saw her years ago, she was always on the couch. She made her videos in one way in front of the sofa, and I think probably wasn't her idea to be consistent so that people would recognize her in thumbnails, but it was a good idea. So I called it, when I tell my husband I'm talking about somebody on YouTube, I would refer to her as Couch Lady. Let me zoom in on myself a little bit. And because she sat on the couch, her name was Coffee, Herbs, and Other Oddities, Lisa. And she went by Lisha. I don't know. This is what I have to say about it all. She has sadly finally departed this realm on October 2nd. I found out later than I would have wanted to find out. I had a lot of mixed feelings about what was going on. I am the person who knows firsthand what Lisa and her husband Matt were like. We've got a whole lot of, not a whole lot. We got a couple, what's going on? And, under the video that he made from her channel, first off explaining how she died, and secondly, today, uploaded last night from the top of the mountain in Idaho. This is what I know. I know that none of you have been to their home. I have. I flew across the country, always 3.5 years ago, to stay with them for a week. A whole bunch of people are like, you're crazy, Karen, you're crazy. It's not the first time I've flown across the country to meet an internet person. I'm an idiot. I realize that. But guess what? It was fine, as it usually always was, except the one guy I met and married and had a baby with. But anyway, he's 22 now, and they just moved to Indiana. But that's not, look. Matt and Lisa were very private about their private lives. But she was very open on her channel about what she believed was going on in this world. And she was busy trying to figure out what it was. And she had an extremely brilliant mind, as well as does Matt. And that often comes with, don't be insulted, you guys, but we got emotional issues, man. They're smarter than me. I'm a little bit smart, and I'm really crazy. So, look, they kept their private lives private, but they were also very deep emotionally, deeply feeling, probably over-responsive at times. I'm the same way. I get it. And when the world has run you over a zillion times, you're a little bit paranoid, a little bit. And then maybe it's not even paranoia, because look how we teach the children. Don't put your shit out on the internet. Don't put your name, your address, blah, blah, blah. So, yes, to those who don't know them personally and have not met them, this could, I see comments that this is fishy. This sounds weird. Who is this guy, Matt? Well, Matt, I had a good time. You cooked the best food while I was at your home. Lisa taught this man to cook. She was sitting on the couch. I'm sitting on the couch. He's on to her right in the kitchen, and he's stirring the spaghetti. So he comes out with a little spoon, and she tastes it, and she's like, needs a little more garlic, hon. And he'd go in, they were, there was issues that they may have never been able to overcome, but they sure made it till the end. They did some split ups from time to time. Issues came up. This world is not conducive to having a calm, comfortable, seamless life. And when you are as intelligent and truth-seeking and deeply feeling as this couple was, and then there was an age gap that I'm sure provided some, lack of cohesiveness from time to time, but these people loved each other. When I went to stay with them, they had months prior purchased a brand new travel trailer, which was sitting in their yard because she had discovered mold. And anybody who had followed her a long time remembers this. Black mold in the rental house that they were in. Well, she had to get out of that house. So she went and lived in this trailer, literally in the backyard. And when I went to stay there, they had me hooked up in the little travel trailer. And it was lovely. I mean, I thought I was going there to rub her feet and just be, you know. And I get there, and she's got me hooked up in the travel trailer with, you know, little snackies and she's like, well, what kind of house did you think I was going to be? I just didn't feel like I was coming there to be entertained or cared for. I wanted to take care of her. She was extremely strong-willed, strong-minded. Like, I think she wouldn't, I wanted to rub her feet, but I don't think she would have let me. And I felt like kind of awkward about it. But I'll tell you what I did do. I took on the dishwashing. I did some of the house cleaning. I was like sweeping every day because she was, at that point, very sick. This was almost 4 years ago. We would go out in the vehicle, and she could feel, like we would take a ride to go do something. Her husband would be driving, I'm in the back. And she could, when he parked, she could feel a smart meter. She's like, oh, my chest is killing me. We'd look over, and there'd be a smart meter on that. She's like, Karen, can you move the car? And then he'd come running out, and he's like, we got to move the car. I was like, God dang it, man, why you got to park in front of a smart meter? And he's like, I can't see every smart meter in the world, you know. But I'll tell you, one night, I remember walking back late. We had watched a movie, and I went left to walk past their bedroom windows, which were open with the screens. And I could just hear them giggling. Like the truest, oldest, best of friends. And I said to Lenny, these are some wild, weird, and crazy people, just like me. But Benny, but their love is, it's old love. It's been a long time. They love each other. I think the privacy thing where we get online and we don't tell too much, and then like later, stuff like this happens, and everybody's like, what's going on? Who is this guy? Like, we've never seen this guy in our lives. She always said she was alone. She would say she was alone when she got a wild hair and would take off somewhere. She didn't usually say when she went back or when she got back together with Matt. So, but I knew, and her closer friends knew. So, everybody, the speculation, it's not really necessary anymore. Anyway, she's gone. May she rest in peace. I want to share, when I flew out there a few years ago, when they picked me up, it was a couple funny statements were made when I first got in the vehicle. But what happened halfway, I had to fly to Minneapolis, but I ate this frickin' sandwich in Baltimore, BWI, at the airport, and it must have had, I swear, I was just like, why did I do this? It must have had some bacteria in it, because by the time I got to Minneapolis, I was so sick, I thought I was going to throw up. I mean, I was dry heaving, and I had all this baggage, and I'm dry heaving in this trash can. There's people everywhere. I never did throw up. I got on the plane, I'm like, bleh, bleh, and this little girl's like, are you afraid? It's okay. I'm like, no, I ate a sandwich, and oh, anyway, so I texted her while I was in Minneapolis. Oh, my God, I'm so sick, I think I'm going to die. I think I got food poisoning. So she texts me and's like, I'm bringing the silver. You're going to make it, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make it. I landed like 11:30, midnight. I don't know. It was really late. So I had some, did I have silver with, I don't think I had silver with me because you can't take any liquid. You know what I mean? So I don't know how I made it. But anyway, that's right. I got on the plane, made this big belch, came out. And I felt a lot better. I was like, woo! I might have had some silver in a spray bottle. That might have been how I did it. Anyway, finally get there. Get outside. I see him coming, man. I could just see her face with the light shining through the windshield. And I'm looking at her because I'd never seen a picture of Matt. And I'm like, well, he's all right. Yeah? So I jump in the back. And she's like, Lamsey! And I'm like, what? And she said, are you scared of us? I said, no. She's like, are you sure you're not scared? I said, no, I'm not scared. She's like, here. And she throws me this bottle of extremely concentrated colloidal silver, which I'd never seen before, but the bottle said it was it. And I'm just like, most people are like, Karen, are you insane? You get in the car with a stranger, you take a vial, and you put like 2 droppers full in your mouth. These people could have been trying to kill you. Like, I seriously doubt it, considering that she said on her channel Karen Lamb is coming to see me. I mean, come on, y'all. So anyway, so I'm like, yeah, this is good. So, and it worked, thank God. Whatever, I had a little bit of bacteria in that sandwich, whatever. It was a panini, I don't know, blah. Started to feel better. But anyway, so we're riding down the road, and it's like midnight, and she's like, girl, Matt, tell him, hun, tell her, hun. She said, every time they went by one of them towers, she's like, my heart started hurting so bad, I thought I was going to die on the way to the airport. And she said, I told Matt, if I die on the way to the airport, you guys got to throw me in the woods. Don't let them have my body. Don't let them have it. And I'm like, good Lord, Lisa, like, we can't do that. Like, come on, Lisa, now you know. And I said, well, you know what I would do? I would just be like, look, drop me off at the nearest hotel. I'll tell them, I'll just say you never showed up at the airport because I can't do this. Come on now. But anyway, we're just laughing. It was just a mess. But she tried so hard to laugh this stuff off, but she suffered hard. I mean, the pain, not being able to breathe. She says, you're not a cigarette Nazi, are you? We would sit in her bedroom, and she'd be scouring the internet all day, scouring videos, trying to learn. Like, her mind just would not stop trying to learn. And she's like, look out there, look at them chemtrails. Look at that mist. God can't breathe. Close that window. And she's like hotboxing me in the room with cigarettes. And I'm like, God, I'm going to die, carbon monoxide. But those dogs, too. And I just think of all the little things. The dogs, you know how small dogs are rarely, they're rarely obedient. These dogs, She had this laser thing. She'd just point it, like, boop, 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 across the floor. If they start barking, she'd like, boop, hit them with the laser. Boop, boop. They'd see that laser, they would shut up. She'd like, nest up, girls. And the ladies would run in their little bed. Well, she had 3 dogs at the time. Cookie was the baby of Wee and Beans. Cookie was the sweetest, smartest, cutest little thing. She was chocolate colored, for those who remember her, with she had like a little long-haired chihuahua. Beans was an ugly mug. He was like a chihuahua pug mix, but he was cool. Wee was as sweet as can be, little long-haired blonde, little mama. But I was emotionally distraught and destroyed when I went to visit them. I had my own problems, and my husband said, go. He just, I had found my natural parents. It just fell out so poorly. I mean, just these people were just monsters. My children weren't real super supportive about it, and because they really wanted this grandmother so bad, and they were so used to me being the scapegoat, and, oh, Mom, shut the fuck up, and wada, that they just, when we were, and it was very heartbreaking. So I went out there in a very poor state of mind, wanting to separate myself from my own problems for a week, and also just focus and try to just enjoy being with her. And it was hard, and I think that she didn't, and I didn't want to like lay it on her real bad. I think she expected me to be a little bit more perky and a little bit more funny, like I was in my skits on my little 20-seconders and stuff. And she's the one that pushed me to make those 20-second skits. Because she's like, you got to make them, man. They're keeping me alive. And I enjoyed my time. I enjoyed they try to take care of me, and I'm like, no, I'm trying here to just stop in and kind of cut you guys a break and just whatever. But we had a good time. I remember getting her out once. We got her down by the water, and she was able to walk from the road. It wasn't super far, but she could not walk far because of her oxygen level was so low. We got down by the water, and she didn't like her picture taken, but I had a picture of her from behind in her long dress, and now I got goosebumps. And there was a guy on a boat, and I was in the water, and I got some nice shots. I want everyone to please just cut Matt a break. Can you understand the level of grief that he must be feeling? No, you can't. I can't. So when someone's precious best friend dies, and they've already been through a hell of a lot of mess in their lives, and they're in that, he's in shock, y'all. He's in shock, okay? And he comes on, he means cryptic and strange message, and yes, it's very weird, and why would he do that? Because he's trying to cope. She said, tell him, She probably said, get on my channel and tell them what happened. She probably, I can't even imagine that night in the hotel. Matt, I can't imagine. And I'm sorry that you haven't heard from me. But I'm pretty messed up. I'm pretty messed up. So I'm just taking care of myself and keeping my messed upness away from other people. I appreciate everybody that enjoyed and laughed with me. I do. I watch some of my clips sometimes and laugh my ass off. It's hysterical. That's just it's a small part of me. I'm not funny on demand. I'm only funny sometimes. And Matt, I'm glad that you had all that time with Lisa. And I'm sorry that I just can't. I have nothing left to give. But I wanted to give you this. I wanted to stand by you and just say, look, everybody, come on, man. Can you imagine? No, you can't. So I'll watch, Matt. I'll watch when you upload. And Montana is beautiful. And I'm glad that your mom came through for you both in the end. Thank you, Mom of Matt. And see, I want to do this. And she wanted me to make a video with her when I was there. But I was so mentally and emotionally distraught. I was holding it in the whole time because I didn't want them to think, crap, we bring this chick out here and all she's going to do is cry, moan, and complain. I held it together as best I could because I appreciated their having me out there, you know, and taking a complete weirdo in their house for a week. Matt, man, you cooked those steaks to perfection. Every meal you made was like, I don't know why you're not a chef. Hang up the carpet cleaning, man. You need to get to cooking. And he said everything he knew about cooking. He learned from her. She showed him everything. He took care of her in ways that, you know, it was a lot. People don't realize. And I hope you can heal. I know that you will because you're just a bad mofo to the bone. I know you are. You are mild-mannered in many ways. But, man, when the rubber meets the road, you are rigid and hardcore. I know. And thanks. Thanks for letting me come. You know, come out and hang out with you. And I was hoping to be the best house guest you ever had. That was my goal. What else is there to say? I guess that's it. Thanks, couch. That's it. Come on this video and call me a liar. Tell me I'm full of shit. You were never there. And whatever. It's okay.